in my window. Ooh yeah. She wanna ride the boat, baby, take control.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy T-Lee, and I'm back with a crazy, cool new reaction. This is 12 craziest ideas that worked out fine. Y'all already know what to do. Tune in. Let's get straight to it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Ever heard the phrase, "It's so crazy, it just might work"? Well, it seems to be true at times. When you're racking your brain looking for answers, sometimes answers come in the most ridiculous or craziest form.
Damn.
But before you dismiss it as something that's just too crazy, why not give it a shot? Because it might just click. Here are 12 craziest ideas which people have thought of that actually worked out fine.
See?
While you're here, be sure to smash the like button.
You already know what to do. Like, subscribe to the channel, to my channel. Turn on the post notification.
Number 12.
Let's get
Eco-friendly Wi-Fi hotspot. What's the best way to get people to be more eco-friendly and environmentally conscious? Do something around technology and the internet. We're a tech society, and getting people interested in something is probably easier when attached to technology. This is exactly what Solar Outdoor Media UG company did. They introduced the Solar Wi-Fi Eco Bin, which does a lot of things while also helping in promote recycling.
That's
the
smart.
It comes with a recycling unit, internet hotspot, charging station, and also an advertising platform. The solar panels power the 4 side panels.
They couldn't have that in America, though.
And the internal Wi-Fi extenders help people connect to the internet easily. Out of charge on your mobile devices? No worries. The Eco Bin comes with 4 USB ports to help you with that. Sometimes crazy ideas can be revolutionary and for the betterment of humanity. This one is a good example. Number 11. Blue street lights. Imagine walking on the street at night and you walk into an area lit by blue light. Probably not something you're used to or even expect. After all, streetlights are always lit by bright white light. So why blue? Turns out blue light has a lot of benefits which your average light doesn't bring to the table. Research in colour psychology has shown that blue light has been effective in reducing crimes and deaths in areas illuminated by them. It's said that blue light has a calming effect on people, and also it's an odd colour for illumination, so most would avoid doing anything strange under it, including committing crimes. It's also shown to help people suffering from seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. These promising studies encouraged countries like Scotland and Japan to adopt the blue light on their streets. In Nara, Japan, the lights help reduce crime by 9% and have also helped prevent suicides at train stations. Pretty crazy how a light can make such a profound difference.
Exactly.
Number 10. Ants for stitches. This crazy idea might seem like something from prehistoric times. In a world where medical science has come a long way and first aid is the go-to choice for most, this crazy idea might just seem a bit too crazy. But it can seriously help. Here's how.
Oh, that's
Imagine you're in a
crazy.
situation where you're far away from civilization and medical help. You're in the middle of the wilderness and you cut yourself. How will you stop bleeding? You're not going to be walking around with your first aid kit all the time. So what are your options? Ants. Army ants, to be specific. These intimidating insects might just save your life with their powerful mandibles. How exactly? By grabbing one of them by their head, which forces it to open its mandible wide, and then placing it over the cut. The ant instinctually will clamp tight over the wound and close it up. Since their mandibles are so powerful, they can easily remain in that clamped position for long. People even tear off the rest of their body, and while keeping just their head attached to the cut until help arrives. This is obviously not a replacement for proper suture treatment, but it will help until proper medical care is administered. Think you can do this?
No.
Number 9. Norwegian mirrors. Most of us are used to the sun rising daily and keeping us warm and well lit each day, but we tend to take sunlight for granted. Imagine living in a place where you barely receive sunlight on a daily basis. Sunlight is essential for reducing stress, fixing your circadian rhythms, and even staving off depression. People who are not exposed to much sunlight can develop seasonal affective disorder, which is a type of depression caused by seasonal changes like less sunlight during winter. The residents of this Norwegian village, Rjukan, know the importance of the sun, and they desperately need it more. For close to 6 months, they don't get any sunlight, and life is hard here, as it's below freezing temperatures. To fix this problem, around $849,000 were raised to help install mirrors on the 1,310-foot peak, which would direct the sunlight to their village square of 6,459 square feet. It was such a big deal that the town celebrated the presence of their newfound sunlight with music and gathering. Another crazy idea which helped this village live a little better and a little warmer. Number 8. Piano stairs. Crazy ideas can bring great joy to people sometimes. This fun idea is an initiative supported by Volkswagen, which stated that fun, which is quite simple, can change your behaviour for the better. The piano stairs was an idea born out of this theory. As the name suggests, the piano stairs are essentially piano keys. With each step you take, you'll be stepping on a different note of the piano, making the whole effort of climbing a lot more fun and musical. Though initially only installed in Sweden, its popularity brought these piano stairs to Stockholm, Milan, Istanbul, Colombia, Auckland and Melbourne. Why would you choose an elevator when you can scale these musical stairs and spread joy to others as well as yourself? Number 7. Detecting mines. There are tons of landmines all over the world. Though their initial purpose might be to keep enemy forces at bay, these days they end up killing and maiming thousands of civilians who were unfortunate enough to walk over them. Since landmines are usually concealed beneath the ground, they're often very difficult to detect. Military dogs have helped in recovering many, but this Belgian NGO went for a crazy new approach. The Anti-Personnel Landmines Removal Product Development, or APOPO, trained rats to detect these explosive mines. You heard that right? Actual rats. For this purpose, the APOPO specifically picked the Gambian pouched rats and trained them over the course of 9 months. They were taught to sniff out explosive powder using positive reinforcement techniques, and once they detected the mine, they would scratch the soil above it to mark the location. Since rats are way lighter and more sensitive to smells, this method of detecting mines is more safe and feasible. Rats to the rescue. Number 6. Fish eating dead skin. You might have seen this crazy pedicure treatment. These toothless fish called the Gara rufa are a great alternative to the usual pumice stones and files. They nibble at your feet's dead skin and are even known to help with skin disorders like eczema and psoriasis. They're usually kept in a huge tank, and later around 100 of them get transferred to your individual foot bath. All you have to do next is let your feet soak in the bath, and these fish do all the rest. They congregate around patches of dead skin and slowly nibble on it, giving you a serious case of the tickles. Sounds like a good spa day to me. Number 5. Flame weeding. Getting rid of weeds around your garden is a painful task. You get rid of them one day and you see a new patch grow in the same spot a few days later. While there are weedicides available on the market, the environment is worth considering. If you're a farmer with a huge plot of land, de-weeding takes a lot of your time and effort on a regular basis, which is why this incredible flame weeding technique is a great alternative. It basically heats up the plant tissues and kills them without burning up the weed. The flamethrower can't reach the roots, so this process might need to be repeated a few times until they no longer grow again. Not only does it put an end to those pesky weeds, but you also look cool while doing it. Number 4. Bottled air. Sounds like a joke, and it was precisely that at the beginning for the co-founders of Vitality Air. Moses Lamb started this venture with his partner Troy Paquette by bottling 100 bottles of air from the Rocky Mountains and Canada and selling them. Surprisingly, they sold them all in just 4 days. They suddenly realised that there's a huge potential in this crazy idea. It's no surprise, though, since millions of people die in China due to air pollution, based on a statement from the Max Planck Institute for Chemistry. The terrible smog experienced in cities like Beijing and Shanghai have forced people to buy bottled air in large quantities. It's a sad reality, but it is the world we live in. Vitality Air currently has subsidiaries in countries like China, Korea, Vietnam and India. Would you ever buy bottled air?
I'm going to Tokyo.
Number 3.
I ain't going that day. I got asthma.
No, it's not a joke. Bags of dirt is a real thing.
Trying to make it back.
You can find dirt just about anywhere and for free, but this bag of dirt is not just any dirt. Each batch of dirt serves different purposes. For example, black garden soil is great for overseeding lawns and flower beds and even vegetable gardens. You can even purchase topsoil, which when mixed with compost can be used for planting, seeding and patching. Then there's lawn soil, which is perfect for repairing your lawns and overseeding them. If you have a lot of potted plants in and around your home, then the all-purpose potting soil should do the trick. All of these soils are prepared specifically with different nutrients to meet different uses. Bags of dirt sounded like a crazy idea at first, but it makes sense now why it's so lucrative. Believe it, it is real. Number 2, table bench. What's this? A table or a bench? It's both. The table bench is yet another crazy idea that worked out fine. It's still a very popular product due to its versatility and timeless design. Finn Juhl, a Danish architect and interior designer, was the brains behind this clever idea. During the 1950s, he travelled across 22 different American cities showcasing his furniture designs and found himself quite the fan following. His designs introduced Danish modern style to America. If you fancy yourself this unique furniture, you'll be pleased to know they're available in teak, walnut, oak, black linoleum and Oregon pine. They come on a burnished steel frame or even a black one with orange or light blue. The choice is yours. Number 1, shade balls. What are these little black plastic balls which are floating about? Looks like one of those kids' playpens with tons of balls in them. But before you jump into them, you might want to know that they're called shade balls. Though they look equally fun like the ball pits for kids, they serve a completely different purpose. The LA Department of Water and Power in 2007 discovered that the naturally occurring bromide in the water reserves was reacting with the sunlight and chlorine. This reaction was producing bromate, which is a carcinogen. In order to deal with this problem, they came up with these shade balls, and around 96 million of them. Watch as these workers fill up the reservoir. What it's doing is blocking out the sunlight and ultimately stopping the conversion of bromide into bromate. This is great news for the LA residents, but the benefit of these balls doesn't end there. They also help reduce water evaporation and stop birds from seeking water from water bodies around airports. It's also helped the petroleum industry as well by preventing evaporation at the site. They have a lifespan of 10 years and can be recycled. Sounds like a crazy idea which worked out really well. So there you have it.
Alright, there you have it. You already know what to do. Let me know which one was your top 10. Top 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell, man. We're on a roll to 100K subscribers. Hold on. We're on a roll to 100K. Hold on. We're on a roll to 100K subscribers. I don't think you really comprehend that. I'm on a roll to 100, but we're in it together. The more that you share, turn on that post notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, the more we're going to go up. You know what I'm saying? The more the content is going to get better. So like I say, turn on that post notification bell, subscribe, share, because we're on a road to 100K subscribers. Let's go.
Press start, I passed the moon. To the stars, I see you soon. Took a tap, now I'm going on a cruise.